PM versus vendor. Team play for success.
I'm Gabriela Coahla and I have been a certified bilingual translator English to French and Romanian since 2010. I consider myself a beyond words vendor and I love being close to my PMs.
I'm Lucia Gutierrez, a localization project manager with almost 10 years of experience. I have worked in many different LSPs with many different hats, but always focusing on project management, as it is the job I enjoy the most.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Lucia.
Hi, Gabby. Hello, everyone.
We are back with another episode, another topic. And before you present it, I just want to say a big thank you to the community. You all know that I'm a bit obsessed with LinkedIn and the company. And I just want to say thank you to everyone for the reactions, for the questions, for the welcoming in this new adventure for us. For me, it's a new one, a big new one. So thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you. It's a new year, so we really appreciate that actually our first episode is getting listened by a lot of people. So thanks for that. And today we are coming with a new topic. One topic that I believe, Gabby, this one lands close to you.
Yes, exactly. It's a topic I have been, I don't know, thinking about for years now, because I know many of my colleagues have doubts about it, and they are not sure what to do. But I will let you share it with us because you have this kind of introducing the topic that I really love. So yeah.
Okay, so yeah, as Gabby was letting us know, we're gonna talk about the Open to Work badge on LinkedIn. This is a controversial topic. Some people like it, some others don't. Some people think it's desperation, some others think it's proactivity. My perspective, it really depends on the person who's watching. Same as beauty. So, but let's get on it. So, to me, when I see an open to work badge, it's nothing bad. However, that doesn't mean that I'm gonna give someone a project straight away. Still, they will need to get enrolled in the company, get into the vendor database. So that doesn't mean that we can jump out internal processes, approved lists, even tests sometimes. So yeah, availability is clear, but that doesn't mean that you're gonna get a job straight away.
And it's logic, I think. When it comes to the badge, I have a lot of stories about it. But first of all, I want to say, you do you. I don't know if you notice this vibe that I have in some posts when I wrote about that there is a lot of advice out there. There are a lot of opinions. There are a lot of you should do that. You should do the other one. You should network more. You should put this badge. You should put this picture. There are a lot of opinions. So first of all, from me, you do you. We are different. Even from the same family, I have two kids and they are very different. So we are all different. You do you. And when it comes to this badge, I felt that for many people, wearing it is like it has a touch of vulnerability. Sorry, they feel that vendors they feel that they are exposed, that they feel this fear of being judged as desperate. But is that true? This is something that maybe I can ask you, Lucia. Do you feel that we are desperate if we put it out there?
As you said, it really depends on the person. And as I said at the beginning, me personally, I don't. Just the opposite. I see it as something honest, as saying, listen, I'm being totally honest. I don't mind being vulnerable, but I need to work, which is something we all do. So from my point of view, it's nothing bad. But I recognize that there is a bias on the badge.
Yeah. Yes, I see. What I can say from my opinion is that if you think that you have the experience, that you have the availability, that you have the what it takes to assume that badge, use it. I am open to new projects. I am available. I have the experience. I want to let people know that I can work. I understand why people consider it like a desperation, but also you said in a previous episodes that sometimes you don't even know if a freelancer is available. Sometimes you don't even find their language pair. So maybe that badge can have a good indication about the availability. I don't know. Why should we always see the bad things? Maybe we should focus on the positive thing. And for me, positivity in this case is that they are available. So you click on their profile, you see their language pairs, and maybe you will collaborate with them. What do you think?
I think it's something that we are having double standards here. Because if you see a PM with the badge open to work, nobody would say anything about that because that means that they are looking for a new role or a new job. So why are we judging vendors if we are not judging anyone else using the badge?
Exactly. Yes. So in this case, again, we should focus on the positive things. For example, even if it says open, doesn't mean open in the bad sense. Open also means that you are open to the good offers, because sometimes that open badge can lead to wrong offers. It can link to spam messages, for example. So in this case, the open can also bring some some contacts that are not so very good. Again, I see it, I understand it, but I think at the end of this episode I will say the same thing. You do what is important for you. You see?
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, that doesn't mean that you need to accept anything or because you're gonna get a lot of crappy offers. Let's
Yeah.
be honest. Let's be real. But then you've got the work to do the filter, and amongst that crappy offers, there might be one that actually works for you.
Mm.
So, so yeah. And also another thing is that the fact that you don't put the badge on, that doesn't mean that you are not available. Obviously, if we PMs see that someone doesn't have the badge and we want their expertise, we're gonna go and knock on that door as well. So
Mm.
the fact that you've got the badge will only mean that I will go to you first
Okay. Yes, I
because I know
understand.
that you're
Mm.
more likely to say yes than other people.
Yeah, I want to get back to the previous thing about spam messages and all that. You receive that a lot. I
Yes.
receive it. I receive proposition from people. They offering me translation services, and in just to. Do you think that people who wear the badge receive more spam messages than the ones without the badge?
I've never had the badge, but I've got the feeling that they do.
Yeah, this is something that maybe we should ask the community. It's a good question. Really,
Mm.
I'm really curious when we will publish the poll. I'm really curious to see if the fact that for the ones that use it, I use it before. I'm really curious to see if we have it. It means more spam messages, and I also want to know if they use it, if they seen a difference when it comes to new projects, because you don't really know if you don't ask people. We assume that it's not good. We assume that it has a desperate touch, but let's ask the community. Maybe they have a different opinion, maybe they seen something good in it. So yeah, I think that it's a good idea. I think the community
Mm.
will have the answer, or at least answers, because we are different.
Yes.
Yeah.
or at least their experience. So yeah,
Mm.
that would be an interesting point to check.
Mm.
And also, apart from the badge, I know that the badge is really good, but I think you should also explain what you do, what you are good at,
Mm.
what is your actual availability, because maybe you work part-time and you don't work full-time. So I think the badge should come with a post that explains what you are looking for, what you want, and how you see yourself in the future. And maybe some people will actually share it. I've shared one this week, for example, from a former colleague of mine that is actually looking for a job. So when I see that, because it's someone I've worked with, she didn't even tell me. She didn't even tell me. I just shared it and that's it. So you might
Mm.
be lucky enough that some other people do the same.
And this is perfect actually, because, for example, if I see a colleague, they are using the badge, it may seem that they have less work in that period. And maybe by adding the badge, I can share a post from them and recommend them. And especially, as you said, if I have worked with them for a multilingual client, for example, project, I can share their profile and say, uh, uh, I don't know, I know this colleague for this language pair, etc. So by using the badge, we can also allow colleagues to share our profiles. This is excellent. And also, I don't know if someone from the community had this experience, but maybe when you have the badge, maybe there is a PM out there who understands that you are in a flow productive, I don't know, period, and they will contact you and say, hey, I changed the company, so I start working with another LSP. Are you still free for translation projects? Because I know, and you can say that, you can tell us if I'm wrong, but I know that PMs, when they switch LSPs or when they start with a new team, they don't really keep track of all the freelancers, the good freelancers they have been working with. And sometimes they slip their minds because they are in a new work environment. So maybe by adding this badge from time to time, not always, you can let them know that you are still working, because unfortunately many colleagues stopped working in the industry. So maybe from time to time, you can remind them. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's good. And that actually happened to me. I've changed companies many times. And when you change companies, you get some names in your memory because there are some names that stick to you. But then there are some other names that you just forget.
We are
Also, because
human.
you don't get the database of all the freelancers, you don't do that when you leave a company. First of all, because that's stealing information, no?
Exactly.
So yeah, you might remember some names, but that's all about it. If I still have you on LinkedIn and I see you're open to work and I need your combination and your expertise, most likely I'm gonna go and come to you.
So yeah, so this is why maybe if you have, this is a message for my colleagues. If you have this fear or this hesitation that if you use it constantly, it will look bad on you, maybe just use it for 1 week from time to time, just to remind PMs out there that you are in the game. You are you are still in the industry. You know,
Yes, in the same way that you would send emails to the PM saying, hey, I'm available for new
voila,
projects if you've got any, you can do the same with the LinkedIn badge.
exactly. And to finish on a happy and optimistic note, I have an idea. For example, uh, okay, we have this badge open to work, but I also notice users on LinkedIn that they change the words. They use other words for the badge. So it will be really interesting to see if we can create other badges. For example, add other stuff to make it more or less to make it less desperate. No, it's a good idea.
Yeah, you can even do that in Canva because I've done it. So
Mm-hmm.
you can do it in Canva if you want and just change the words. If you don't like open to work, you can say available or come and ask or I don't know, whatever comes to your mind.
I'm here. Yeah. So yeah,
That's it.
let us in comments if you use the badge, if you use it before, if you want to try something different, and if you have ideas for badges. I don't know.
Yeah, just let us know, and also let us know if you had worn the badge. How did it go? If you had a lot of unsolicited emails, just let us all know.
We
And
are
see you till
open.
the next episode.
Bye bye. Thank you. Bye
Bye.
bye. Bye.
What you've heard are just our personal opinions. We by no means intend to impose our personal views on anyone. Feel free to disagree, throw tomatoes at us, or just drop a comment to let us know. Thank you!